Hello there. Part of the benefit of having my dealer's license is easy sales and purchases. I have access to thousands, tens of thousands of cars if I want them on the wholesale market. I can also sell cars in an instant and get paid that day. Now the problem is I would have to sell them wholesale, which means I would have to sell them at a reduced rate, typically wholesale price, trade-in value. This right here is a 2018 Dodge Challenger SXT 6-cylinder. This is my cousin's vehicle, and it's absolutely beautiful. Now, he wants out of it. He bought a new car, and he wants to cash out of this thing. He's had a couple headaches on eBay with non-paying bidders, which is very typical and why I stopped using eBay.
Give you 50 bucks.
I could get more than that on eBay.
And now he just wants to sell it and cash out. So today we're going to take this beautiful car to a dealer auction where we're going to see what the high bid is. Now, I looked up the values. Unfortunately, now he wants around $13,000 retail. It had sold on eBay twice for $12,000 and the buyers never reached out. Now he's willing to sell it to the highest bidder.
I'd buy that for $1.
I looked up the values based on the VIN number, which should be right on the door. So if I look up the VIN number, scan that right there, plug in the mileage, this has 118,000 miles. It shows that I should get between $8,500 and $10,000. Now today we're going to take this to a dealer auction and we are going to sell it wholesale to see what we can get for this car. Now there are fees that are incurred when I sell this vehicle, so it'll cost me a few $100s to sell this car. Now I also have some time, some fuel, and a few shop supplies invested in this vehicle as well, so I need to be reimbursed for some of my time and costs. Now, I'm on my way to a dealer auction right now. You're gonna come along with me to see if we can sell this car, and if so, for how much. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels. Let's get going. There she is, looking good. There it goes. I got a great number for today, which I'll explain to you what that means in just a minute. So unfortunately, mine doesn't have the rumbly like this one does, which will pull a premium. This is a 2017 with 99,000 miles, and because it has the Hemi, it'll get a heck of a lot more money than my 3.6 liter V6. So I'm going to explain a few things to you. A minute ago, I just said run numbers. Run numbers means lane and run number that the vehicle runs through. So like what number that car runs through during the day. Today I have F75. F is in Frank, 75. So I'll be the 75th car to run through the F lane, which is a decent number. Now, the lower the number, typically the better, because those are the new car dealers that are selling their trade-ins, and you're getting more people at the auction earlier in the day. So, for example, A58 would be A lane, 58th car to run through. Now, when selling cars at the dealer auction, I'm a used car dealer. Like, I have no clout, no credit at this auction. Nobody really wants to buy from me. I wouldn't want to buy from me either, because I sell retail. Why would my vehicle be at the auction and not at my dealership? Unless there's something wrong with it, probably. If there's a reason I can't sell that car, maybe I have to cash out of it because my floor plan has come due. Maybe I have to cash out of it because I've had it for too long, 60, 90, 120 days, and I just want to move on. Maybe there's something I can't fix and I just want to liquidate. Those are the things that go through my mind when I'm buying from a used car dealer. So typically I want to buy from new car stores. I want to buy the new trade-in. So when people buy a new car and they trade in their own vehicle, their old vehicle, those are the ones that I want to be buying. So everything's kind of against me today trying to sell that Dodge Challenger, but my cousin wants out of it, and we'll see what we can get. So I'm looking for my Challenger, which is F75, and I spot some really nice headlights right there. And if you know, you know. That looks like a 99-ish to 2001 Honda Prelude. Is it a Type S? 99. Oh my God, I know my cars. 99 Honda Prelude. Now let's see if it's a base model or what the deal is with it. Whoa, this thing is clean. Oh, wah, wah, wah. Automatic. If this was, now I live in New England, so it gets rusty. This has been repaired and then repainted, unfortunately. This was such a cool car when I was in high school. My friend's father owned a Honda dealership, and if you're watching this, you know who you are. He owned a Honda dealership, and this was the loaner car that the dad would give him from the Honda dealer. These were so cool. They had VTEC. They came with a 5-speed manual transmission option. Such a cool Honda, and they go 250,000 miles reliably on 87 octane fuel, and they were insanely cheap to maintain. If I still lived in New Hampshire, I would buy this in a heartbeat. But I live in Florida. I don't need toys anymore like this. Okay, here's my Dodge Challenger. 2018 Dodge Challenger SXT, 117,000 miles. I love the color and I love the matte stripes down the side. Now I took this back yesterday to my family's house, and Logan, my son, who is 15 and a half, fell in love. He is working his way up to his first car. He wanted a Jeep Wrangler until he saw this car, and now this is all he wants. He wishes he had the money for it because it is a pretty cool first car. I don't know that I'd trust him in New Hampshire. This would not be a great first car. It is rear wheel drive and it would be a death trap in the winter, but in Florida, this would be a pretty flippin' sweet car as his first car. So I guess we can see what it sells for. And honestly, this car in Florida, the demographic is much more prevalent that would want this car. It would be worth far more money in Florida than it is in New England. And it is a 6-cylinder, not the 8-cylinder, but it has a dual exhaust. It sounds good. It has the 20-inch wheels. It being the SXT package, it actually looks like an RT. These are RT stripes right here. You have the staggered size wheels, you have the red brake calipers, and you even have the hood scoops too. So it looks like a Hemi Dodge Challenger, even though it's not. Now I had this back at my shop the other day. These wheels were all curved up, so I just took an angle grinder to them real quick, grinded down the sides, and then I spray painted them black. They were already spray painted black, so I sprayed them black again to just clean them up. And I made a quick transition video for TikTok and Instagram, and I knew I was trolling the internet, and I'll show you right now. Welcome back. So very quick job. Angle grinder, grind it down, spray paint it black, do a before and after, and the internet went nuts because of what a quickie job it was. I knew what I was doing. If I did it right, if I did it well, nobody cares. But if I do it and show everybody what a great job I did and do it quickly, people lose their minds.
Well, then everyone loses their minds.
So, gets the views. Okay, so we're the 75th car going through today. We will watch that, but before that, we're just walking around the auction to see what's here. So we're gonna do an auction walk around to see what we could potentially buy, because I'm in the process of rebuilding my dealership. I left for a year, I neglected it, I hoped it would float, it sank. Now we're in the rebuild process. We're gonna bring our Flying Wheels dealership back to life. I'm coming back once a month. This will be my 3rd month coming back to buy inventory, to walk around, to get everyone set up, and we may have German back in the future too. FJ, I told you Logan wants one of these. This is actually what he wants. He wants an FJ, 2012 FJ. Now in New Hampshire, again, we have rust. So these FJs are always rotted from New Hampshire. So I can't really buy one up here when I could buy one in Florida with no rust. Now, 2012, 170,000 miles. This thing's still gonna be $8,000 to $10,000. And if you get these in 2014, like 2014 low miles, you're talking still $30,000 plus for these. This is clean, good tires though. I really like those wheels. What's good about the FJ Cruiser, I think this is a 4-liter V6, I believe, which is the same as the 4Runner. These are some of the best Toyota SUVs ever made. They're so reliable. I spy on the other side of this Mazda CX-5 a Mustang GT. Now that is either a 94 or 95, and the way I can tell is from those 3 taillights. This is the first generation of the new body style Mustang after the Fox body, which came out in 94. 94 and 95 are the only ones that have these 3 taillights. 96 has 1, 2, 3 this way. So is it a 95? It's a 95. 88,000 miles. Is it a 5-speed manual transmission? Yes, it is, with leather interior and a convertible top and the original shop manual, which is kind of cool too. 88,000 miles. Now a digital odometer, those can be turned off, which is a little scary. So you never really know the mileage, which is why most of these vehicles are considered exempt. Having it in a manual transmission with black leather is pretty desirable though. Oh, we have a little surprise under the hood. That is a trick flow intake plenum. Looks like Ford Racing spark plug wires. We have a cold air intake. Otherwise it looks like a stock 5-liter. Now the other thing, 94, 95 had a 5-liter. I believe it came out in 96 was the 4.6 liter. So this is the few years that you actually still get a 5.0. That's the same 5.0 that was in the Fox body Mustang. It does have an aftermarket front bumper or add-on to the front bumper, so you have a lower lip and it's flat black, not painted. The car's rough. It's not super nice. And it even has the Cobra wheels. So these are like Cobra R replica wheels. Actually, it says it right there, Cobra R. So there we go. I do know my cars every once in a while. And it has an aftermarket Sony stereo with a newer center screen, which is great too. So this is an aftermarket screen to fit your double din radio. And it has, again, 88,000 miles. It has your Bluetooth mic. What's cool about these, you'll see here, push that button. Let me zoom in on that. That push right there. This key will not turn all the way back unless I push right here to turn the key and remove it. Let's listen to this puppy purr. Now these 5 liters are near indestructible. It has a cast iron block. I actually used one as a drift car, and I would race it overheating. Shh, don't tell anybody that. I would race it overheating and then refill it with coolant, make sure the fans work one time because the fan stopped working, and drove it home. So I'd drive it to the track with tires in the back. I'd beat on it all day long, and then I'd drive it back home. It was one of the most reliable race cars I've ever owned. These 5 liters were indestructible and super buildable too. All right, this car is going through the auction shortly. I'd love to know your guesses on what it's worth. Tell me in the comments, what is a 95 Mustang GT with 88,000 miles? It's a driver, not a collector. Worth $4,500, $5,500, $3,500? You guys tell me. In the market for a new car because the wifey's Escalade, although it's a Platinum and an Escalade, and I'm saying a first world problem right now, I know. Her Escalade is a 2016, it has 80,000 miles. It's time for an upgrade. This Denali would do just that. It has the DVD players because we're driving back to New Hampshire, and this is a must to keep the kids quiet, and we don't want the extended, so we have the ESV, the extended version. We're ready for like the Tahoe size. So this is a Tahoe size. Our Escalade is like suburban size. We don't need anything that big anymore. 22-inch wheels, and look at this leather. These kids and my wife would destroy this color leather, but what a beautiful car. Now, fun fact, not so fun actually, these engines are ticking time bombs. First of all, the 5.7s that came in the GMs like 99, 2000, best engines ever made. It was a 350-inch cubic V8, again, cast iron block, super reliable and near indestructible. Then they came out with the 5.3 in 2002, 2001, I believe. Also, an amazing engine. Then the EPA got involved and GM went with active fuel management, or DOD, displacement on demand, which was your cylinder shutdown, which was a big deal when they came out. Like, oh, save some gas. Our engine shuts down from 8 cylinders to 4 cylinders. Then we started having some real problems. So we got lifter problems, worn cam problems. And then in 2014, they really changed the engine. So those 5.3s and the 6.2s just became garbage. And what happens is the DOD, or the active fuel management, fails, and then the lifters twist and then wear the cam prematurely. And then you have like catastrophic engine failure at 120,000 miles on an $80,000 vehicle. Well, fast forward to the next generation, 2020, which is right here. You have crazy engine problems like right out of the gate. Right as soon as you buy them, these things are ticking time bombs. So you're just going to expect them to die. Now, these are still new enough that the mileage aren't high on them, but at 75,000 miles, you're still going to expect for them to just fail on you. Now, to add to that, the transmissions in 2014 and newer on the Chevy and the GMC pickups and Tahoes also fail because they changed parts on the inside of the transmission to plastic, and the plastic would wear. And then you have torque converter issues and vibration issues and like misshifting. It's crazy. My wife's Escalade has 80,000 miles, and since 60,000 miles, you can feel a shudder in the transmission. And they had extended warranty issues, and they took care of it in some, but they don't. So like every time I buy a 2014, 2015 Chevy pickup, I expect to have to do a transmission for $4,000. And these Denalis, I don't know about transmission problems yet, but I can tell you engine problems are serious. This truck is awesome though. It's so nice, and despite everything I just said, this is a beautiful vehicle. Now, when I grew up, every mom I knew, every one of my friends' moms drove minivans and station wagons. What world am I living in where every mom now drives a Denali or a GMC Terrain RS or Chevy Blazer RS or Ford Explorer Platinum? Like, what world are we living in now where our kids are full-time athletes and our world revolves around it, and moms drive $100,000 SUVs instead of Dodge Grand Caravans? When did that change? And that's why everybody needs 2 jobs, dual incomes now, because my mom would buy food in bulk. I would drink orange juice out of a like cardboard container and mix it with water like it was Kool-Aid. And I did town sports, town baseball, town soccer, seasonal. What happened in the world and when did that all change? If you're my age, you guys know what the orange juice that came out of the freezer and mixed with water in a pitcher is. So the auction has already started. My brother is the high bidder on this H3. Check this out because he just told me something very interesting about this. So the Hummer H3 is basically a Chevy Colorado. It's an inline 5-cylinder. It's designed to look like the H2, but it's not really a miniature version of the Hummer H2. It's a very, very different vehicle. It's much smaller. It's just a little bit larger than a Chevy Equinox. But to be honest with you, it is a Chevy Colorado. It's on a Chevy Colorado platform. And like I said, an inline 5-cylinder engine, which I want to tell you about. So the previous generation to the Colorado was the Chevy S10, and the 4 cylinders in those S10s were indestructible. And the Vortec V6s were based off of an LS platform minus 2 cylinders. So it was the same design as an LS with only 6 cylinders instead of 8. Now this inline 5-cylinder is a 3.7 liter inline 5-cylinder. These engines are incredibly reliable, and they're actually replacing the two JZ engines, which is what my brother just told me. Now, Adam altogether is a Japanese buff. He builds old 240s, he builds old Nissans, he restores cars, he does engine swaps, and the two JZs have gotten very expensive out of the Supras. These inline 5-cylinders out of the Chevy Colorado are highly buildable and adaptable to other transmissions, and there's a ton of aftermarket parts for this engine, including turbo kits, adapter plates, and they can put out 1,000 horsepower on the stock internals, which is really amazing. And their engine prices are ridiculous because they're everywhere in every junkyard, versus the two JZs are so expensive to purchase and find. You can get these for a few $100s at almost any junkyard in the country. I don't know if I should have given out that secret, because now they're going to get harder and harder to find and go up and up in price too. I might have just done a disservice to the inline 5-cylinder Colorado community. Now, I want to go over values in a minute, but I just came here to look at the Challenger. It's not here because it is all the way up on the hill right there. So I gotta fly up to the top of the hill to represent that car and hopefully sell it. While I'm running, I'm gonna go over prices. I can scan the VIN. He texted me the VIN, and it tells me basically what I should pay for it at a dealer auction or what I should expect it should sell for at a dealer auction. So I get a rough idea, and I usually tell them the lowest values. That way anything above and beyond that, he can be excited about. But if it's the lowest value, he knows what to expect. And if it's lower than that, we just don't sell it. So if it's lower than probably $9,000 today, well, I'm already out of breath, I just won't sell it. I'll bring it back to my shop. Now, there is a little slight ticking. That is a 3.6 liter Chrysler engine, Stellantis engine, and they all have lifter issues. Now, geez, I work out every day. Why am I out of breath? Now, those engines are strong, are reliable, but they do have lifter issues. It could tick for the rest of its life. That doesn't mean there's a real internal issue. It just means that the lifter's a little ticky. They're fairly simple to be replaced. So we told him that if it doesn't sell today, we'll replace it and then sell it retail. And that isn't why he's selling it. The car runs great. I drove it all day yesterday and today. My son saw it and wants it for himself. And honestly, in Florida, it'd be a great car. I think I already said that. It's running through and I'm almost there. Let's go see how we do. To see the Prelude too. You can actually kind of hear the ticking now if I go up next to it. I'm not sure if you can hear it. It's not too loud, it's a little faint, but it's a good looking car. FJ is running through right now too, so we'll see what that sells for. Then we'll do the Prelude, then my car. $8,000 on a 2012 FJ with 174,000 miles, 8,800. That's $9,000, that's a great price. Which is weird to say because it has 174,000 miles and it's 13 years old. 9,400, it'll hit 10 grand. Bad news is there's no one around looking at my Challenger. The other bad news is I might buy this Honda Prelude. There's no one looking at this car, which isn't a great sign. There might just be literally no bidders today, which isn't good for me. I'm so tempted to buy that Prelude for $1,500. I'm gonna buy it. Yeah.
I got 1,000, 1,100, 12,
Yeah.
13, 1,500.
I don't care that it's not bad for that price. A reliable car is worth that. Yeah, 1,400. Yeah, 1,500. 1,600. I bought it for $1,600. That's a deal. So this is my cousin's car. I drove it all day yesterday. I'll give it a ride and drive.
It's cousin's car, guys. He
Title's
drove all day
here.
yesterday. Title's here. It's all good. We don't like it, talk to him.
10,000.
10 grand. 500.
I drove it here. Good car.
Drove it here. It's all good. 8 grand for 2. 8 grand 2.
7,500 bid right now.
8,002. 8 grand. Take it out here. 8,200. 8,200. 8 grand. 82. 82. 8 grand. 82. 8 grand. 2. You're too far away, Dave. What's it take to buy it?
9.
You can kind of lose for 9 grand, Dave, if you can do it.
Good car. All right.
Talk to him.
Thanks anyway.
Thank you.
So it had a high bid of $8,000 and it was the only bidder, but it was real money, meaning a real bidder would have purchased it for $8,000 minus the auction fee, and I'm into it for about $200, so it'll be about $7,600 that he'd walk away with, which he said no to. I'll bring it back to my shop, we'll fix the tick and we'll list it for sale. Or actually, if anyone's interested, it'll be on my website. I can not fix it, I can fix it. You guys tell me, we're gonna list it for around $12,000. So if you're interested, it'll be on my website, www.flying-wheels.com. Let's get back to the auction. Different topic. The auction's giving away free ice cream cones. I don't think I know anybody that doesn't like ice cream. And I've seen the biggest, burliest, most masculine men lick ice cream and be completely confident in it. I love ice cream. I think everybody loves ice cream. And pizza. There's no such thing as bad pizza. It was free pizza! What movie? I'll be shocked if someone gets it.
Hey, this is a 10. The tab's 13. You're 2 minutes late, dude.
A different topic. This video is jam-packed with information. So I talked about, well, it's not just about selling the Challenger. We talked about cars and stuff. Also, the way I got the value for that car, I scan the VIN, and I have an app that tells me what they're selling for. I think I talked about that. The other thing I do, I always talk about marketing yourself. So put yourself out there so people know what it is you do. The Challenger I'm selling for a family member because he knows that's what I do. I'm also here hustling like crazy. I have 10,000 steps on my watch already on my pedometer. And I'm looking for a 4-cylinder SUV under 100,000 miles for under $8,000 for a friend of mine's son who just turned 16, because my friend knows that's what I do. I go shopping for cars. So he thought of me. Craig, I want this for my son. Can you find one? Yes, I can. I'd be happy to do it. With that in mind, there's a lot of liability for me to do it. I have to pick out the right car, pay for it with my money, hope he likes it, hope it's safe, and essentially I'm warrantying that vehicle for the life of the car, as long as he owns that. If there's anything ever wrong with it, there's a good chance I'll hear about it, or I'll just generally feel guilty, even if he's a good dude, which he is, and doesn't ever tell me that anything goes wrong. I'm still gonna feel guilty, and when I see him and go, hey, how's your son's car? Hope everything's okay, because it just hangs over my head. So there's so much liability in like buying a car for anybody, family, friends. Like I could buy this Subaru for him and then find out 3 months later needs head gaskets. I would never buy him a BMW, but I could buy him a Nissan Rogue and then the transmission goes. So I have to be so picky on what I'm buying because my name is on that for the ownership, the life of that car, the life of the ownership of that car. It's really stressful. It's a great way to ruin relationships with family and friends. I try not to mix business with family and friends, but sometimes you want to help people out. It just makes for bad situations. I don't need the money, but you want to help people. So it's a sticky situation. I'm running around all day and I'm too picky and I'm probably not even gonna be able to find him something. So I'm wasting my time here hoping I find something that's good enough that he'll love forever and not cause a bad relationship. That's a real thing in this business. After driving my Challenger, I actually have been enjoying it, even though it's a 6-cylinder. I wouldn't mind having a V8 Challenger. Stigma to those cars though, like all I think of is street takeovers when I see a V8 Challenger, Hemi Challenger, or a Scat Pag or something. I'm gonna go get mine because the day is over. I also bought 2 vehicles for short money, which we're gonna go through. And my brother, my father, and my grandfather are here. We're gonna see what my brother bought today because I think he burned himself on a truck. So we're gonna see what he bought today and hear what happened because that happens in the real world here. There are my 2 babies. I knew I was gonna buy that thing. I am such a sucker for any car from the 90s if it's clean. I don't care if it's automatic or manual. This is a no sale. I'm gonna take it out of here and take it back to my shop. It's 100 degrees, so let's crank the AC on the Challenger, and while that cools down, I wanna look at this. Now, number one, any Honda that runs is worth $1,600. Now, I paid an extra $200 in auction fees, so I'll own this car for roughly $1,800, maybe $1,850 after the auction fees. This car, though, is a running, driving Honda. Any Honda that runs and drives is worth what I just paid for it. Never mind the fact that it is a survivor. I could have bought a 1999 Honda Civic and it would have been worth this much. I bought a Honda Prelude. This is their sports car version and it is tiny. Let me check that up. Seat back. Too much. All right, for anybody that's a 90s kid, check this stuff out. We have our gas door, our trunk lever, our roof, our cruise control. We have our directionals. Listen to the sound. Do you remember that? We have our AC. We have our factory CD player. I still have my factory CDs. Let's see if it starts. That's a good sign. Has an exhaust leak. Look at those gauges. What lights stay on? No lights. Awesome. Is the AC cold? Probably unlikely. Oh my goodness, the AC is cold. Are there any books in here? No books, unfortunately. I'm gonna pull the history report to check. Oh, the emergency brake works. Non-smoker. Does it have a cigarette lighter? No, it doesn't even have a cigarette lighter. This is around the time when cigarette lighters and ashtrays were options. This is kind of an ashtray, but you can see it's felt lined. It's not. It's more like a change spot where the ashtray would have gone, and this would have been a cigarette lighter. Now it's just a power outlet. 99 is probably right around when that transition started happening and you stopped being able to smoke in restaurants and having smokers sections and going home from nightclubs, having to wash your hair and take your clothes off before you go to bed because you smell like an ashtray. Let's open this hood up. Boom! VTEC! We have VTEC. We have no rotted strut towers. Nice! This is such a score. Oh my goodness. I bought this today for $1,850. So excited. Let's go for a drive and check it out. In reverse, such a sporty shifter. We also had the like manual shifting transmission in your automatics back then, which was pretty cool. We are 440 miles from 170,000 miles on this car. Will it shift? It shifts. AC's cold, it shifts. Do the windows work? Both windows work. Just do I dare try the sunroof? I'm gonna push that button right there. Oh my goodness, the sunroof works. What? Check out how clean these seats are. Oh my goodness. This car's awesome. So we're gonna take this back to the shop. We'll fix the exhaust. We'll do an inspection on it. This is a running, driving Honda right now. That's clean and not rotted out. This is why I love my job. I don't need $60,000 Ferraris. I want $1,800 Honda Preludes because they make me just as happy. I will drive this every day until it sells and feel more comfortable because it's more reliable than that Ferrari that cost me $60,000 on it. Then I will make a profit instead of losing money like I did on that yellow Ferrari. It will be easier to work on, it will be easier to sell, and I'll make money way quicker. And I'm just as happy. I am just as high on this 1999 Honda Prelude as I was when I bought a yellow Ferrari. Amazing. Now, with that being said, I will sell this. It's probably on my website already, www.flying-wheels.com. I'm probably gonna ask $5,000 after it's cleaned, after it's fixed. YouTube special, if somebody wants it, I'll sell it for $3,500 before shipping and anything else. $3,500 if you want it. Do not message me and say, hey, I'll give you $500 over what you paid. It's why I don't really like saying what I paid for vehicles, because the next day I get so many messages saying, hey, I know what you paid for that. I'll give you $500 over. It cost me $20,000 a month to run my business. So a $1,500 profit on this car really barely pays the bills. So that's like our minimum. We have to make $1,500 over on every car. I try to get $2,000 over on every car, which would be about $4,000 for this one before repairs. After repairs, probably $5,000 will give me $2,000 to $2,500 in profit. If somebody wants it, I'll do the exhaust, I'll clean it up, $3,500. Reach out to me before I get too into it or fall in love. I bought another one, let's go check it out. Speaking of not buying Ferraris anymore, I'm going back to the basics, the everyman car, the every mom car. I bet you can guess what it's gonna be. I actually made a video talking about it earlier. I bought a car for $1,600 that is the most resourceful, most useful vehicle around. Let me find it. It is almost coming up. And I paid $1,700 plus fees. So under $2,000, I bought this in 3, 2, 1. No, not this. This, a 2016 Dodge Grand Caravan with third row seats and cloth interior and manual sliding doors because the power sliding doors break, and stow and go, and an additional third row seat. I don't really know what that is. Anyway, I bought 153,000 mile 2016 Dodge Caravan, power windows, power locks, radio, Bluetooth, automatic transmission. This car is under $2,000. Like I said, this is the every mom car. So we'll list it, clean it, inspect it, detail it. We'll list this one for under $5,000 as well, because under $5,000 cars are selling like McDonald's hotcakes right now. That's all we can sell. Anything under $5,000. I hate giving away all of my secrets because then my prices are, like, people's prices are gonna go up. They're gonna bid against me on these things. This will also be for sale, probably by the time this video airs. I spent under $4,000 today on 2 cars. Looks like it needs tires. Let me show you something. These are called wear bars. So 3/32 roughly is what's allowed in the state of New Hampshire for inspection. It looks better here and here and here than it does here, but you can see it's almost at the wear bar, which would be, I think, 2/32 of an inch. So these tires are still okay, but they're on the verge of needing a replacement. Just a quick tip. I told you this video was gonna be full of information. All right, my brother Adam altogether bought something. Let's go look for his truck because he got himself into a predicament. So I have been around the block and I still make mistakes. My brother Adam altogether is a year in and he's making some mistakes every now and then. He was really excited to get his dream truck, which is this right here. This is a 2014 GMC Sierra Denali crew cab. Beautiful, beautiful truck. Comes with the 6.2. It comes with color matched front and rear bumpers and leather interior. I don't want to show you any of the bad yet because I want to show you all the good. Black leather interior. Oh my God, it smells, but this is the best part. Like, buy them dirty, clean them up, make them look at, wow, that just punched me in the face with the heat that came out. Oh my God. So the thing is, I made a video about repossessions. Repossessions are on the rise. This truck will not pass inspection because it's rotted right there. And also you'll see this step is touching the rocker panel. So it needs a new rocker, but also something happened that dented the step. Now going off, there's some scuffs in it, has some big wheels that I honestly think are pretty cool looking, but they do take away from the originality of the truck. I'd prefer it on regular wheels. It's gonna be god awful driving in the snow or rain, but it does look kind of cool to me. Everyone has their own preferences. Let me go to this side. Adam was most excited about this because he's a body man. So he can buy it cheap. I think he's the high bidder on it for $8,000. He can buy it cheap, fix this, get a door, a fender, and a back door off of like a reconstructed truck, and he can fix all this and that'll buff out. So he was really excited about this, and then he can do the rocker panel and fix the step, probably remove the step, honestly. The problem is, even though he was excited for this, anticipate this generation. Remember what I said earlier in the video when I was looking at a Denali, expect a transmission. The transmission's slipping. That's why it's a repossessed vehicle. So this was a repossession. What happens, like, look at how neglected this truck was. Clearly it was hit. The insurance didn't cover it. Like, did they even have insurance? Otherwise insurance would have paid for it to be repaired. Then the transmission goes, they're not gonna pay for these repairs. They're definitely not paying for the transmission. So the owner's like, forget it, give it back to the bank. I don't want it. It's not worth it to me. The bank gets it, it comes here to the auction, and then my brother buys it thinking he's gonna fix it, and then finds out the transmission's slipping. So it needs 2 doors, fender, bedside, and it now needs a $3,500 transmission.
Yeah, it's a 2014 Sierra Denali with 112,000 miles.
Low miles.
Yeah, low miles for the year for sure. You know, it's in a little bit of rough shape, as you can see this side.
Hang on a second. Those wheels, what are those wheels on it right now?
Oh, did you get any video or pictures of when I first bought it?
Like a minute ago, everybody saw those killer wheels on it, and now I'm looking at Steely's. Well, tell me about those so everyone knows what you've been up to since that. Show us the rot and the door panels and the rocker panels. What do you have going on over there?